we came to shut it down. I'm like, we came to shut it down. I'm like, we came to shut it down. Nah, I don't need no help.
Hi.
Hey, what's happening? Shout out to the real, man. Highly dysfunctional, man.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, you kept us waiting, man. So,
what?
You kept us waiting, man.
Well, that's what ladies do. All the ladies in here, you know. Gotta get my eyelashes ready.
Shout out to the real.
Shout out to the real. I can hear you.
So, how you doing today?
I am wonderful. I am doing really, really good. Happy to be here. Hi, everybody. You know,
Tell the people why you in New York right now.
Oh, I'm in New York for a lot of reasons. First of all, I'm born and raised and live in New York. But during COVID, I went to North Carolina for a year to get away a little bit. My cousin died from COVID, so we got a little nervous and we bailed out for a year. And now I'm back in New York just to visit for a short trip. But I'll be here. I've been here for 2 weeks. I'm going to be here for at least another 2, maybe 3 weeks. We work in Fashion Week. We're doing a nail class. If any of the people that are joining my class is on here, we have a class coming up next week. I'm going to a concert. CQ Live. That's next week.
What concert is that?
Excuse me?
What concert is that?
It's CQ Live. So during quarantine, we've been like listening to music, rocking out virtually in a virtual club. And now that COVID, it's not over, but now that we're able to get out, there's like 3 concerts coming up. And I'm going to do the one in Brooklyn. And I'm very excited. It's a good lineup. So I'm happy about that. That's one of the reasons I'm here. That's not the reason I'm here, but I've made sure that it was around the time that I needed it. But there's my classes, there's Fashion Week, and then see all my friends and family.
Yeah, so let me ask you something. Tell the people who you are real quick. Your name, everything like that, what we're doing here. Tell the people why we're having this conversation.
Well,
Shout out to the real.
I think because for my whole entire 28-year career in the world of fashion and beauty and music, have really been behind the scenes. Many people don't really know exactly what I do for a living, and I kind of just wanted to, just talk about it a little bit in more detail. But people either know I'm a manicurist, or they either know I have a brand, but they don't really know, everything that goes into being a celebrity manicurist and what I've been doing over the last 28 years. So we're gonna talk about that. Where I came from, which is where I am now, my hometown, YO. Love it, love it.
Shout out to the real. You from Yonkers. Shout out to the real.
Yes,
I'm
born
from
and raised.
County. Middle finger to y'all.
I do know, did know DMX. He's my brother-in-law, actually.
Rest in peace. That was DMX. Your brother-in-law?
He is my brother-in-law, my real brother-in-law. Let's see, Jadakiss, Mary J. Blige. We all grew up together. Yonkers is very segregated. So you have majority of minority kids, black and brown kids on one side of town. And then you have all the rest of Yonkers. Yonkers is really big, but we all grew up in like 4-mile radius. Like there's 7 projects or 6 projects in Yonkers, and they're all sort of in the same area, which is now very gentrified and very expensive to live in. But when I was growing up, so we all grew up together, like really all like in. My mom moved us around a lot, so we lived everywhere in Yonkers. So we know everybody. Plus my grandmother had like 14 children, and my grandfather had 7, and only 2 with my grandmother. So the whole half of Yonkers is my family. So
hold on. So which part of the family was highly dysfunctional? Who?
I always wanted to say that. I want to give a shout out to. Sorry,
shout out to highly dysfunctional.
Highly dysfunctional. Cheers.
All right. Cheers. So growing up, how was it growing up in Yonkers?
Well, I could say this. I never knew I was poor until I got to high school. And then, because I went to school on a different side of town. When I went to school, Yonkers was completely segregated. So the kids, that's why we all know each other. Jadakiss, Mary, the Locks, like all the celebrities and all of us not celebrities, we all grew up in the same, we all went to the same schools. We just all know each other. I mean, in addition to some of them being my actual family, but we all know each other because we've been so close to each other, because we have been sort of, we had to stay in the same neighborhoods. We weren't allowed to go to schools outside of our local neighborhoods. So when I went to high school, I was one of the first Black kids bussed into the white schools. So it was like me and 9 other kids that went to schools outside of our local neighborhood.
What school was that?
That was Lincoln. I went to Lincoln High School back in whatever.
Lincoln.
Stinking Lincoln.
Oh, I remember Lincoln. Yeah, I stuck in football. I think I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to the real.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you're in school, you're in high school. Was you doing nails at that time? Was you into fashion? Was you into the books? What was your favorite subject?
I mean, I was a decent student, you know, like
what was your favorite subject?
Math.
I feel that's cool. I hate.
But my school was a school of performing arts. So for 4 years, I was in a dance program. And so that is how I really kind of got into music. And so when I did get in the music industry, which is where I started with Mary J. Blige, it was really an easy transition. I already knew everybody's songs, kind of knew a little bit about the music industry outside of just listening to the songs. So it was easy. It was kind of an easy transition. But going back, after I graduated from Lincoln, I still went to school, dance school in Manhattan, back and forth after school, our dance program during the day. But I got out of school. I went to the FIT, School of Fashion Design. I didn't graduate from there, but I did go there. And then
you went straight out of high school?
I did, yes. And then I worked in corporate America for a little bit. And then my boss told me to go into the bathroom and get one of my coworkers out of the bathroom because she was in there too long. I know a lot of people heard this story already, and I thought she was nutso. I was not going into a bathroom and pulling anybody out of a bathroom.
Oh, well, so hold on. What she was doing in the bathroom, sniffing coke?
I doubt it. I don't know what she was doing in the bathroom because I didn't go in there. I don't know.
What are you doing in the bathroom? Why do you want to go get her?
Because that's not my job. Why would I go in the bathroom? You know what I mean? Somebody's in the bathroom doing whatever they're doing. Why would I go in there? No, I wasn't the boss, so that wasn't my job. So I didn't do it, and I quit that day.
So what happened?
I quit. I said, I'm not going, and I quit. Just for
just
asking.
Like that. It
just
nothing
like
happened
that.
In between. Just fuck. You
quit
just
that day.
That was the next words.
Yes. And so I left, and I called my mom up, and I said, Mom, I just quit my job. I didn't have another job lined up. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew how to do nails, and I liked doing nails. So I thought, why don't I just open a nail salon? But first, I went to the Bronx on 238th Street and White Plains Road, and I worked in a Asian nail salon, actually, back in those days. And I only worked for 2 weeks. And so for 2 weeks, one day short of 2 weeks, one day short of 2 weeks, I sat in the salon every single day, and the salon was packed. It's right under the 2 train, and nobody would come to my chair and give me a chance to do their nails. No one. It was all women that looked like me, but nobody gave me a chance. I was like, what's wrong with them? I'm like,
your own people, right? Your own people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the sad truth. It be our own people sometimes.
Sometimes.
Oh,
yeah.
Word. It's the sad truth.
Yeah, it was like that. And so one day, there was one woman who got up and she was tired of waiting. She was like, all right, I'll give you a chance. But she asked me like 100 questions. What school did you go to? Did you go to nail school? You know, she was interviewing me before she let me do her nails. And I was like, I'm wondering if she asked anybody else in here any of those questions. Probably not. But I answered her and I did her nails and I did her nails. I did the best. I went over and above just because I knew when I finished her nails, I was going to quit that job too. And that's what I did. So when I finished her nails, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a quitter. I'm not. But I just felt like with all I had to give, I didn't feel like the people over there deserved, not my people, but the people at that location didn't deserve all that I had to give. So, because for me, I would have let you do mine. Oh, thank you. I just like I put my heart into the nails. For me, it's not just about a design. Like you're sitting in front of a customer, you want to give them, you don't know what they've been through that day, and you want this to be like, I always wanted my customers to have the best experience when they walk away from me. I want them to say, if my day was messed up, this at least brightened up my day a little bit. I always want to make people feel good, and that's why I'm in the service business. So when I wasn't getting that, or I wasn't even getting an opportunity to do that, I knew it wasn't the place for me. And I'm not gonna sit around and
hold up, hold up, Bernadette. Okay. So listen, shout out to the real. This is Bernadette Nails, celebrity nail stylist. We starting from the beginning. She's from Yonkers. You know what I'm saying? She's from Yonkers. Shout out to the real. So at this point, you went from high school, you went to the fashion school. You dropped out of fashion school. Is that correct?
This guy. Yeah. But now that I'm talking to everybody, I feel like everything I've done so far, quit. I'm sorry, guys. Don't do that. I'm not a quitter. I just don't stay in a place that I'm not going to progress in for a long time. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not staying there. If I know it's not working out, it's not going to work out, there's nothing in the future for me here, I'm not going to stay and waste my time.
Hey, listen, this is highly dysfunctional. And this is where dreams are born. And this is what the people need to know. What you're saying is you knew your worth. And we need more black women to know your worth. And I want people to know how difficult it was coming up in the industry dominated by racism, even racism with your own people, the Koreans. And how did you conquer that step? Because after you went to work there, you did the nails, boom, 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 and then you quit because you the shit. And that's what we practice here at Highly Dysfunctional. So shout out to the real. So now, you did all that good shit, right? So you quit. So what happens next?
So after that, again, I'm left with, and again, it wasn't very long after the corporate job into the salon in the Bronx. But that only lasted 2 weeks. And so one day I just said, you know what? I'm going to open my own nail salon. That's it.
Just like that?
Just like that. I called my mother up.
I said, Mom. It was one job. Nail salon.
Yes. Yeah. I knew what I had. I knew I had a craft. I realized that people loved me. I enjoyed talking to them. I love people. And all I needed was the basics. That's all I needed. I didn't need a fancy. I didn't have money for a big, fancy, beautiful salon, but I knew what I had was worth more than all that material stuff.
All right, so was you living by yourself? Did you come back to Yonkers?
I never left Yonkers.
You never left Yonkers. Shout out to YO. So you living in Yonkers right now. You start doing nails what? Inside of your apartment?
No, I got a little storefront above, which now is the Rainbow Shop in Getty Square. And it was cheap back then. I don't know, like $700 a month back then. It was really cheap. And I said to my mother, I was like, Ma, I have no furniture, no nail tables, no chairs. And so we went and we got some really inexpensive chairs and tables. And we only had a few because it was just me at the time. Excuse me. So I got like 3 tables and 3 chairs, something like that. And then all my nail supplies.
How much money did you make the first day?
I don't know how much money I made, but I'm pretty sure it was booked out, like completely booked out. Like
right away.
Yeah, we did when I did nails, I had lines of women sitting in the salon waiting. So I knew that was kind of my place to be. It felt like home because it was home. It was in Yonkers where I lived. So it was all my friends and family, and it was happy to see somebody that spoke the same language and looked like them doing their nails. Not that that's the only people that can do nails, but if I have a friend that looks like me, she could do nails, I'm going to support her business, and that's exactly what they did. So I want to apologize to anybody on here that's from Yonkers because I didn't stay there very long either.
So right now you started your business, you started your booth, you bubbling. Are you single at this time?
I am single, and I'm happy. I'm happily single.
No, I'm talking about at that time.
Oh, no, I was not single. That's one of the reasons I was able to just leave and pick up and leave because
So what was going
my
on?
ex at the time was very supportive financially.
Yeah. What was going on?
With
financial supportive.
Yeah, he was financially supportive, so I was able to just walk off a job if I felt like it. Yeah, and he was there. But I mean, I always wanted to have my own, so I always worked, even though. But if it was a week or 2 weeks or a month in between, when I was trying to like pursue my career, he was supportive that way.
So he was a supportive guy.
He was supportive with my son. He did everything he needed to do as a father.
Oh, y'all had children?
We have one child together. Yes.
Shout out to the real.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's his name?
Wait, his name is Wayne.
Shout out to Wayne.
Wayne Will Love is what we used to call him.
Yo, where's Wayne at?
Wayne is doing his thing. We're still friends. We're obviously not partners, but we are still friends, and we have a new grandbaby now. A little girl.
Shout out to grandmoms. I'm a granddad too.
Yes, I have a grandbaby girl.
I really don't know what's going on with that. I really got to fix that at some point. Yeah. Shout out to the real. But all right, so you got your business. So what happens next? How do you jumpstart to becoming a celebrity nail stylist?
So again, I'm from Yonkers. So Mary J. Blige and we literally went to school together in like kindergarten. I'm actually a year and a half older than her, but I'm a half a year older than her sister. So we were all friends, but we played jump rope together in the projects. Like we're friends from kids.
Yeah, y'all was running in the hood together?
Yeah.
Getting in trouble?
Kids. Excuse me?
Getting in trouble and stuff?
Yeah, in Slow Bomb. In Slow Bomb in the projects. My grandparents lived in Slow Bomb in the next building from Mary and Latanya building. Mm-hmm. So my mom and my grandmother, my step-grandmother, are kind of the same age. So my mom was there all the time. So I was outside with Mary, Latanya, and all the rest of our friends playing. So one day, Latanya came into my salon, and she got her nails done. And then I guess she went back to Mary that evening, and Mary said, this is what she told me. Who did your nails? She said, Bernadette. She said, Bernadette's doing nails? Get Bernadette over here. And so they sent the limousine. Yonkers is small. We know everyone is not that small. Yonkers actually is very big, but it's segregated. Then sent a car to pick me up, this big old limousine. And I was so embarrassed because I'm kind of shy and laid back, which is why people don't really know exactly what I do. Even my family, friends, they really don't understand what it is that I do for a living. And it's more than just nails. So I'm on a team. Okay, so Mary sent for me. She came and got me. We spent like the whole weekend partying that weekend. I didn't come home for like 4 days. Yes, and I had a kid and a man. I told him, take care of the kid. I'll be home in like a week or whatever. And that's why I said.
So you left the kid with your man?
Yeah. And
shout out to the
that. And he's a good guy, so he was like fine. Mm-hmm. And we really partied and we reconnected. And she was working on her first album, and we kind of just stayed together from that for like probably over 10 years. But
so you was Mary's personal nail stylist?
Yes, I went everywhere with Mary. On tour, all of her tours. But the rest of the
crazy.
Excuse me?
Did shit get crazy? Was y'all thoughting and shit?
I'm not a thought. So no.
You might have had some moments growing up. You young, you out of high school. You running around with celebrities, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Going off the liquor.
And that's the thing. And I'm not trying to say this because I'm really an open book. Really, my life is very open, and I really don't hide much. But I personally were not interested in any of the men that were in the celebrity lifestyle. And because I saw what it did to women and what was going on behind the scenes. And I thought to myself, I never want to be with a celebrity man. Yes, I hung out with Nas, Jay-Z, Biggs, Puff Daddy, all of them at every event, backstage, every party, everything. And I never dated any of them and never wanted to.
Hold on, let me ask you a real question.
East Coast.
You had to see you had to see some real shit backstage. When you doing nails, you had to do a lot of side. You coming up now. You ain't at the top right now, so you coming up. You had to go through a lot of shit, so you got to see side pieces, wifeys, niggas. I know niggas is repetitive. They send their girls to the same person. Go over here, go over here.
About 10 books, which I think I'm gonna start writing some books about my experiences in the industry. But I can tell you this. I didn't know at the time, so Little Kim, if you're listening, Faith, if you're listening, because I love them both. They both my girls. Love them, love them. But I realized I was all Biggie Smalls' girls nail tech. I didn't even realize at the time what was going on. And then later on, I look back, I'm like, wait a minute. I done all his chicks, whether they were with him all at the same time or not.
Six, yeah.
Oh, that's so bad. If I had the opportunity now, I'd be capitalizing off that like freaking crazy. Mm-hmm. But I guess it's best that I just, yeah, it was a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot that goes on back there. People don't even know. People have no idea. Like, it's crazy and crazy. I could never date a man in that industry. Never. That's me. But that's me because I believe in real love.
You getting compensated?
Hmm?
You getting compensated?
Yeah, for sure. And so, okay, so we go back again. Sorry, let's move back a little bit. When Mary came and got me, unfortunately, I did the same thing again. That's a pattern. Now that I'm talking about it, it's like a therapy session. I kind of didn't go back to the salon anymore either. I kind of just sort of stayed doing freelance with the celebrities and never went back to the salon world. But I'll say this. I've been all around the world doing nails. I work with every celebrity you could think of. And honestly, and I'm saying this from my heart, no experience I've had in my lifetime. And when I say I've been on Donatella Versace's houses, all her houses, America and Italy, on airplanes, on yachts, everything. Nothing was better than that salon in Getty Square. Nothing. To me, for me, was the best.
That's where it started at.
Yep. Yeah.
So what's the advice to? I see a lot of women, especially in the pandemic, everybody's doing nails. Everybody's trying to hustle nails. Everybody's trying to find their niche, and this is what we encourage here: Black business. Shout out to the real. Where is your product?
But BernadetteThompson.com is where, and thank you for that. BernadetteThompson.com is where I really sell most of my products. They're on Amazon. And a few selected outlets. You can find them on my website and click on where you can find them. But go to BernadetteThompson.com because I get 100% of the profits if you go there.
All right.
Just say that.
Bro. And right now, you're still active. How long you been in the industry right now?
I've been in the industry, I think, I'm going to say 28 years and I go by my son because when I was pregnant is when I was in nail school. So he's 28 now, and I shortly went into the business right after. So 28 years.
All right. So what is the money now? I heard that you're an inventor or something. How did that happen?
Well, I was on set one day, and the makeup artist in Zynga, and there was a hairstylist. So on every set, every photo shoot, every picture you see in a magazine, or if you see women on the runway, the carpet, fashion shows, there's a team of what we call a glam squad behind the scenes, getting them all pretty and ready for you guys. So there's a hair person, there's a makeup artist, there's a nail tech, and there's a stylist. So the makeup artist was like really making Kim, like she was doing her thing. I'm trying not to curse. My mouth is not always clean, for the record.
We like it filthy. We like it filthy.
We
like it raw. We like it raw and uncut.
I mean, she was beating her face up. She was looking gorgeous. Her hair was like Lil' Kim.
Lil' Kim?
Yeah. All right. Her hair was amazing. I was like, and they wanted like some short pink nails. And I thought to myself, you won't even see her nails with this makeup and this hair, how gorgeous she looked. You won't even see the nail. I had to think of something to make the nails stand out. So I was looking around the studio, looking all in my nail bag for something to do.
So you was telling me, how did you come up with the money now?
Oh, yeah. So Little Kim, she was looking fabulous, but her nails was plain. So I was looking all over for something to do with her nails. And so I went in my pocketbook and I found some money. And I was like, well, no way am I cutting up $100 bill or $50 bill or a $10 bill. So I used a dollar. I started with a dollar, even though she would have paid for it. I just didn't feel like cutting up that kind of money. So I cut up a dollar, put it on the nails, and it became this huge like trend. Like Little Kim loved it. Then we did other photo shoots where we were using money from different countries. So when I would travel with Donatella Versace, I would get money from Italy. When I go to Paris, I would get money from Paris. Or anywhere I went, I would get money because it was supposed to be my souvenir and save it. But then I started cutting it up and using it on the nails. So we did that with Little Kim, like different notes on each fingertip, like a French manicure with different money from different countries. And it became like this huge thing, like Vogue got a hip to it, and all these other magazines started calling me and doing interviews and things like that. And so I was feeling myself a little bit. I was like, oh yeah, I was getting like interviews every day. It was in like so many magazines. And I was like, oh, I cut up $100. Then we started cutting up hundreds, real hundreds. I cut up hundreds, I cut up this, I cut up that. And then the person said to the last person I spoke to, they were like, we're from the U.S. Treasury Department, and cutting their face in the U.S. dollar is against the law. I was like, holy cow. I thought it was an interview. So I said, well,
Get the fuck out of here.
I used to cut up money. I don't do that anymore.
So how did you patent that? How did you patent that?
So I had a patent design. And then I got a call about I got a phone call from MoMA about 2 years ago. That's the Museum of Modern Art. It worked out good. What do you mean?
Now, how much money did you make off this?
That's none of your business.
All right, just an estimate. Just an estimate.
No, I can't tell you that. But what I will tell you this is I was offered to do the nail again, to recreate the nail for someone else. And they offered me $20,000, but I didn't take it. First of all, I didn't think that was enough. And then I know you people think it's like $20,000. Is she crazy? But I knew what they were going to use it for. I knew they were going to redistribute it, whatever they're going to do with it. But it wasn't enough. I didn't take the money. Okay. So I eventually donated the piece to the museum. Yes, I turned down the money up front from a private person and donated the piece to the Museum of Modern Art. And there's so many reasons I did that. I first called one of my friends who's a billionaire. Like, he's really a billionaire. He's not.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's just a friend. He's not.
How did you meet him?
I work with him in the industry. He's one of the heads in my industry. So he said, donate the piece. And I said to him, because I wasn't sure what to do. I love art, but I really didn't know about art, like the value that art holds and carries. Like, it's an investment in every piece in artwork. So I didn't really know much about it. So I called him and I said, what do you think I should do? He said, donate the piece. And I thought, well, I said to him, I said, you're a billionaire. It's easy for you to say, exactly, G. That's exactly what happened. So G texts, he wrote in here, it's a tax write-off. And that's exactly what it was. So eventually it was worth more than the 20 grand that I could have gotten up front for the piece. There's a tax write-off. We have a lifetime membership, me and my children, to the museum for eternity. The piece will be in the museum for the museum's life. So, you know, those other perks. Although I would much rather have $100,000. If I was offered $100,000, I would have took it. I'm glad I did.
So now you're in the industry. You're going here, you're going there, you're going here, you're going there. So what happened to Wayne?
Well, like everything else, I see. And now that I'm talking about it, I'm actually seeing it. I'm like, well, I don't stick around long. It's probably why I haven't been married again since. But, you know, your eyes are open now.
Yeah, baby.
Well, somebody said,
so what happened? Because you're on the road a lot, man. So did you know, what was going on?
Well, I don't think he was worried about that because I really was a good girl. I was actually a good girl. I wasn't interested in the celebrities. Not that I couldn't get them, because it's just that I wasn't interested in a one-night stand or a weekend lover. I'm not that chick. That's just not me. So he wasn't worried about that, and neither was I. Like, we knew that.
So how long you was on the road at the time? Keep it real.
Excuse me?
Shout out to the real. You're on the road a long time. You're around all the girlfriends. You're going out to the club with them. You know what I'm saying? They getting money from all the ballers. They giving you money. How was you on the road? How did this
I've been on the
maintain?
road
How
for
long did y'all
28
stay
years.
at it? Huh?
I'm on the road right now. I've been on the road my whole entire career.
So it's difficult to have a relationship. It's rough. You're like, you know what I'm saying, a WWE wrestler. You're like, they're on the road all the time. 300.
It can be. It's rough if you're with a person that doesn't trust you. Yeah, then yeah. But I'm a Gemini. I don't want to see anybody every day anyway. So
did that happen? Did that happen?
Did what happen?
Did he get jealous? Did he feel? Because I would have felt uncomfortable, I guess.
No, I don't think he did. That's not what happened.
So what happened?
I just got bored.
Oh, so you just said, fuck it, get out of here, Wayne. I'm out of here.
I didn't say that. Yes, I'm still in New York. I just said I looked one day and I was like, it's the same person. Nah, no, I'm kidding.
Hold up. Did you do, what's this?
I'm sorry. No, that's not true. It's true, but that's bad. I was younger then.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Fly I was younger then. I'm not that person anymore.
Uh-huh.
I'm not that person.
All right. So you're on the road. You said, fuck it, man. So how long, as a celebrity now, so how long are you on the road? Seriously.
Well, I used to be on the road a lot, but I don't do it as much anymore because I have a younger son now. I have 2 kids. I have 2 boys. One is 16. He turned 17 yesterday, actually, 17. So with that kid, I didn't travel as much. I tried to stay as local as I could, but I still traveled a lot, more than most people. But I try to stay local. Local meaning in the United States. Yeah. So.
All right. So how long was you on the road? Give me an estimate for the younger people that aspire to be you. Tell the kids.
Oh, well, if you're young and you don't have any children, I mean, there was times I was on the road 5 days a week. I was in LA 3 days a week and in New York 4 days a week. And then in between that, wherever Mary went, to Hawaii, or if she went to Paris, or if she went to Milan, we were everywhere. Mm-hmm. We were everywhere. I love it. That is why it's so hard for me to be in a nail salon. And it's very difficult for me to connect with nail techs the way that I would like to. Mm-hmm. Because they don't know my experience. I don't really know the life of sitting in a salon every single day in the same place every single day. I just can't do that. But I'm trying to let them understand and let them see you really can juggle both. So you don't have to take every job that comes to you. You can turn down jobs and say, no, I don't want to do this job this week. I don't want to do. I mean, there's a chance of your client meeting another nail tech and never calling you back, but you can turn down jobs and still do like your salon work. Thank you. Oh, you can still do your salon work and then do freelance, a few days a week or a few times a month to stay relevant in the industry. So if I had to do it all over again, I would have done both. I would have done salon work maybe a few times a month, maybe 5 times a month, and then the rest be on the road. What I would have done if I could do it all over again.
So right now, is there a lot of competition in the nail industry?
Oh my God!
And tell me, how do people know? Tell the girls right now how to spot somebody that knows how to do nails and somebody that's just trying to rip you off and take your fucking money, man. Because motherfuckers be in the streets acting like pure motherfuckers.
Watch your mouth. So
sorry, yeah. Tell them.
Well,
some people be fake.
I'm not mad at the hustle though. I'm not mad at a nail tech that's doing it just for the money. I can't be mad at her because at the end of the day, it's what the consumer wants. Do you want somebody to sit down and be your therapist, or do you want to get your nails done and you want to get in and you want to get out? So I'm not mad at that nail tech that's in it just for money. She's doing 100 nails a week. She's getting her cash. She ain't making no friends. She's doing it and she's out. And that's okay. It depends on you and it depends on your lifestyle. It also depends on the customers that you are marketing to. If you're marketing to older women that want to sit down and they want to talk about their grandkids all day, that's not going to work. But you're probably not looking for that client either. So find your clientele, find your niche or your niche market, and really like expand and make the best out of that. Like really figure out what that client wants, what they need, what I mean in business, like what their nail salon patterns are. Do they come every weekend? Do they come every other weekend? Do they come at 5 o'clock? Do they have jobs? Do they have children? You know, really, and then really cater to what they want and service them, like be the best nail tech you can to them. But I won't say there's like no one type of person for everybody. There's like how many 7.5 billion people in this world. There's no one person that's going to be right for everybody. So you just have to find your market.
All right.
Some people want good work. Some people need a therapist. I was both, I think, but I don't really care to do nails anymore. And people say to me all the time, oh, she's not posting enough nails on Instagram. I've done that. I've created so many nail designs and so many trends that are out today. Like I've done it all. I'm ready to move to the next level.
So how do you feel? Like, you know what I'm saying? With, you know what I'm saying, all this industry clout chasing, because that's got to be a clout chasing industry too. Everybody's coming out with beauty products, even people that don't know nothing about what goes into that, and you starting from the bottom. So how do you feel about that when that type of industry? How do you feel? Is there any type of racism? Is there anything going on where you feel like as a woman, you're not getting your just due as a businesswoman?
I'm going to have this last piece of this drink right here. Hold on. And I'm glad you asked that question because we're going to keep it 100% real now. We're going to take it to Yonkers. And at the end of the day, for all these young nail techs out here, young black and brown nail tech, anybody, not just black and brown, but specifically black and brown am I talking about? Because I know in my business, in the high-end world of fashion, I don't see a lot of people that look like me. So when I see these young girls coming out here and giving these big corporations a run for their money, and I don't even care if it's nails, I'm all for it. Do your thing.
Shout out to the real.
I'm so freaking happy when I see that. When I see these people in corporate America running on started something, they got a little nail collection going on and they doing their thing, I love it. I love it. Makeup, hair, nails, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Because there was a time when we couldn't even step our foot in those doors.
Tell me about breast cancer and some of the things that you're passionate about. What drives you, what motivates you to keep going, what wakes you up every day? Because after all, you've been in this business a long, long time.
Well, first and foremost, I know there's quite a few projects that I'm working on right now, and a lot of them have to do with charity. And one, I want to say this because I know I'll hear it somewhere. It's not about me making money off the charity. Yes, I'll probably make money off the charity, but I'm also donating a lot of money, which a lot of companies can do, and they don't. So I am like, again, I'm a Gemini, so I'm in a lot of places at one time. So I don't want to, I have a lot of charities and a lot of causes that I believe in. One of them is breast cancer. You know, my father died of cancer. I don't really know him that well, but, you know, it's in my DNA.
What cancer did he die of?
You know, AIDS. My youngest uncle and aunt both died from AIDS. You know, there's all of that. There's women abuse.
I lost my father, something tragic, awesome.
Yeah, sorry.
So I understand that pain.
Yeah, so a lot of those things. And
shout out to the real. Shout out to the real.
But one of mine is cancer is correct. I say the same thing. So I just got a deal with. I just did a deal with one of the AKA.
Hold up, can I stop you right there? Shout out to AKA, man. When I was growing up, man, we had a gang called AKA, All Known Assassins. We was little terrorists. I gotta bring that up. So yeah, AKA, back to you. That doesn't exist no more. We was children, 11, 12 years old. All right, continue.
Yeah, so one of their chapters, we just did a deal, and I'm creating a nail kit. So it's four bottles of polish in the kit, 3 of the AKA colors, and then 1 top coat. And the proceeds are going, a portion of the proceeds are going to benefit breast cancer, mammograms for early detection for breast cancer. So I'm so freaking happy. Like I almost shut my website down because orders was coming in every day. Little short staffed, overworked. Fashion week is coming back up. Fashion jobs have been calling me, coming back up. But I literally want to just like for the next month, just shut everything down and just work on this breast cancer project and like do it to the best of my ability. But right now where I am, it's so many things coming up, like so many, like fashion, you know, because now it's so cool now to have Black people on your team in the fashion world. So, you know, the calls are coming in to do photo shoots. And when I'm on a shoot, you know, my focus is there. If I'm doing a project, my focus is going to be on that project. So sometimes I can't focus on other things. So I need to be in a space and a place where I could just shut everything down for at least the next month and just focus on that alone. I'm so freaking passionate about it. I'm so happy and I'm so proud and I'm so honored that they asked me to even do it. Like I wanted to do a project with them for years and years and years. And then just one day in God's time, they just called me up and they said, you know, we've been watching you. We want to do a project. We want to do something with you. And I was like, yeah, let me just add on that a little bit. So you want to start with this? Let me show you what we can do. And so initially it was really just sponsor one of their events coming up, Fit and Fabulous, which is coming up the 24th and the 25th of September. It's going to be virtual, but it's free. If you go to womenofpearls.org, you can sign up for the event. Again, it's free. And then we're going to get on and we're going to do a live and talk about this project, talk about the polish, talk about the cause. And for me, I'm a beauty fashion person. I mean, I don't get glam because I'm always been behind the scenes. But, you know, these ladies are doctors. Like, I remember calling her one day and I was like, listen, you know, I sent you an email. I mean, it wasn't rude, but I was like, I sent you an email and I need an answer. Like, I have to, you know, we have to gather these things months, weeks in advance. Can't just pick up and, you know, create a line in one day. It's a lot of channels, a lot of businesses, a lot of packaging companies you go through to make one bottle of nail polish. So, you know, for me, that's all I could see. Like, I was thinking, like, we need to, like, talk more. And then I remember her calling me one morning, and she was like, I'm so sorry. I just got out of surgery. Like doing surgery on somebody, and I thought I had to pull back a little bit. I'm like, holy cow, I'm worrying about like nail polish color. Does this the right pink? And this lady's in here saving somebody's life. So, you know, I had to step back a little bit, and I'm just so passionate about it. And I love the ladies that I'm working with. They're really, really smart. They're passionate, and this is like their side hustle, like their side job. They're like doctors, lawyers, judges, and they're doing charity work on the side. So it's so awesome. I love it.
It's good to be awesome. And, you know, right now, you know, you sound like Mike Tyson.
I'm ready. I'm ready for this big beauty.
It's so awesome. I'm ready to get in there. I'm just, you know, I'm just going to get in there. I'm just going to tear somebody's head off. And nobody's ever going to stop me.
That's what we're going to do. Real talk, I'm smiling. I'm like, hee, hee, hee.
All right. Ash, you want to get into, you know, you talked about your things that you're passionate about and what drives you. And what about as far as the nail industry? Where do you want to go there?
What's next?
Yes.
So, well, there's part two to this, second part to the charity cause. And so in addition to us doing the live on the 23rd, the 24th and the 25th of September, all for the entire month of October, for all the women that purchase their nail polishes or gels or whatever, it comes in a gel, a nail polish, and an acrylic set. Anybody that purchases it or the salons that have it, we're doing a month long of live chats with the salons over the month of October. So that's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we're just going to like really talk about what design you got, what inspired you, and all those things. But live with everybody from different countries, all around the country. So I'm excited about that.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And listen, and I'm all for it because you have a gap, I have a gap.
I know.
And
I thought about closing my gap, and I was like,
I'm thinking about closing mine too.
Nah,
me either. So, Michael Strahan left, so I got to bring that up again. And I'm happy you're here. So anybody with a gap, I got to bring it up because we might be related.
We might be. Never know.
Related. So, out to the real. So that's why I pay you the big bucks.
See?
That's why I
See?
pay the big bucks.
That's
I'm trying
what I'm
to
saying. That's what
get
I'm saying.
everything out of this.
I don't wait around for stuff to happen.
Shout out to the real, highly dysfunctional.
I'm like, we came to shut it down. I'm like, we came to shut it down. I'm like, we came to shut it down. Nah, I don't need no help.